Merry meet everyone. So we are going to be talking about the new moon in Scorpio on November 9th. So this is about joint finances. So with this reading, we're going to have 5 cards, and the first card is here. So number 1 is the present, your current situation or state of mind. Second card is guidance, how to navigate the situation. 3 is action, what you should or shouldn't do. Card 4 is obstacles, challenges that may show up. And 5 is the result or the final outcome based on current actions. So let's dive deep and let's see what we have. So card 1, we have Ace of Pentacles. So that is going to be your current situation or state of mind. So let me flip through the book because I'm going to read to make sure we get all of the information we need. So this is about newness, manifestation, and opportunity. So this represents new beginnings and opportunities. Something in your life is about to give way to new beginnings. Consider this a sign that you should begin planning new goals and be ready to work hard to make them a reality. So you two need to come together and, figure out what you want to do with your finances, whether it's going on vacation or buying a house or a car, whatever it is. But right now is planning, okay? Okay, so card 2, which is for guidance, we have the Magician. So this is how to navigate the situation. So having the Magician show up, that's a good sign, actually. Let's see. So the Magician means resourcefulness, logic, and influence. So the Magician signifies that you are about to experience a wave of positive outcomes. You're at a point in your life when you're overwhelming with creative potential. So, again, I think if you come up with a plan, this is going to help a lot with moving forward. It's talking about resourcefulness and logic. Maybe talk to someone who's really good with money, maybe an accountant or something like that, or a friend who's really good with money. Talk to someone who can help guide you with saving money or how to make, your income better. Let's go to card 3 and see what it has to say. So this is action. This is about what you should or shouldn't do. So we have the Hanged One here in reverse. So this is about discontentment, indifference, and empty-handed. Okay, so when reversed, it implies you are resisting surrendering to the forces holding you in place. In the case of a relationship or decision, you may have found yourself stuck. You will never be 100% ready to take the leap, so why not take it today anyway? Okay, so one of you is like holding back. You don't really want to make this decision. You don't really want to come together and make this happen. So that's what's holding you back. So now is the time not to be that way. Now's the time to be like, okay, we're going to make this move. We're going to buy this house. We're going to buy this car. We're going to do whatever it is you're trying to do with finances right now. And you're just going to have to bite the bullet and do it, okay? Because if you don't, your goal or dream or whatever is not going to happen, okay? So card 4 is obstacles. I feel like that was an obstacle, but that's just me. Okay, so obstacles, this is the challenges that may show up. So this is the 10 of Swords reversed. This is about despair, recovery, and escape. So this indicates that you're currently fighting an inevitable, conclusion, and in doing so, you're only succeeding in making things worse. Find the root of your pain and take steps to seek out your release. Okay, for some reason this thought popped into my mind while I was reading that. So there's some trauma here, okay? The person that's holding back from, joining together with finances has some kind of trauma with money. Okay, and the first thing that would come into my mind was childhood trauma and food. So maybe you were, you know, poor growing up and you didn't have a lot of food, and you might have, I don't want to say starved, but you might have been hungry a lot as a child. So you think that joining forces with your partner, whoever it is you're joining finances with, you might be afraid that you'll go hungry again, or, you know, you might miss out on something, or it's something trauma related that needs to come to light. Do some shadow work, do some meditating on this, but there's something trauma related that is holding you back from joining forces financially. Okay, it's time to bring that to light. That's what's holding you back. Okay, so card 5, we have the result. Whoops. And this is the Ace of Wands. So the result, this is the final outcome based on current actions. So with the Ace of Wands reversed, we have dispassionate infertility and hesitation. Okay, so this represents uncertainty. So take efforts to rein in the overabundance of energy fueling you. Slow down, define your goals, and think hard about the best way to reach them with the energy you've been collecting all this time. Okay, again, this trauma needs to come to light, because that's what's holding you back from your goals and success and your full authentic self and everything else. If you don't, then things are just going to get worse, and possibly a breakup might happen. I just don't feel like if you hold on to this trauma, anything good is going to come from that. So maybe make a plan, like, on your own. Like, okay, I'm going to try to explain this. ADD is kicking in hard right now. So make a plan with each other, but on your own. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Like, and see what might come of it. You know, it might help you to see it with your own eyes on your own, right? And then, you know, maybe you can go to your partner, whoever it is, and be like, hey, look, I made this plan. You know, I wanted to see what it looked like, blah, blah, blah. What are your thoughts? And go from there. But completely shutting this down is just holding you back, and it's time to bring that trauma to light, okay? Because if you don't, it's going to hinder other areas too, not just financially, okay? So let's see what your self-care card is. Positive affirmations. I feel like this is definitely needed for this situation, because there might be a lot of anxiety and stress and a lot of negative emotions happening, and you might not be, you know, believing in yourself so much with this situation. But now is the time to believe in yourself and do the work, do the healing, and love yourself, right? It's time. It's time to let that shit go and be happy, damn it. So, with that being said, I hope this was helpful to someone out there, and I hope you have a wonderful new moon in Scorpio, and I will see you in the next video. Blessed be.